Now to that developing news happening now, a fire in Chattanooga that has forced a family from their home.
Drew Bollea is live right now on Crutchfield Street. So Drew, what can you tell us?
Hey, good morning, guys. Actually, we have moved locations. We are now at the Police Service Center, and the reason being is that it was the Chattanooga police officers who were some of the first people on that scene this morning at that house fire, and they were the ones who were able to break the security bars off of the windows and pull people to safety. Again, 3 people were out of the house, and 1 child, about 8-month-old child, were all pulled to safety from that home, and it was quite an ordeal. And I'm joined now by Officer Brooks, who was one of the first people there. So what did you see and what did you hear when you first got there?
When I first showed up, driving down the street, I saw the smoke billowing from the house and the flames engulfing front of the house. Officer Horton was already on the scene. I immediately jumped out of the car, took off running to the back of the house where he was at. So I came to the back of the house, had to jump a fence to get where he was at. And once there, I could see the small 6-month-old baby pushed up against the bars, the security bars, so he could get some breath, because there was smoke just coming constantly out the window he was at. And once I saw that, I saw him. He had a metal pole he was trying to pry the steel bars off the window with. I immediately started to help him. About that time, that's when Sergeant Francis showed up on the scene with a crowbar, and we were able to pop the steel bars off the window. At the time, the mother handed me the 6-month-old child. I was able to get him to safety, and then we were able to pull her out and the grandmother out as well. And then about that time is when fire showed up on the scene, and everyone's out of the house safe.
And now there was 4 officers that were helping in this entire rescue operation, yes. Really. And you yourself, you're in conversations, you told me that you're a father of 3. So what was going through your mind as this was all taking place?
When I first showed up and saw that young boy in the house, my instincts was like, well, I have to get this kid out of this house as fast as possible. And at that point, I just realized I needed to do whatever I could to get him out, and I just was not going to give up. And luckily, teamwork prevailed, and we got all 3 out of the house safely.
Teamwork did prevail. Thank you so much for what you did this morning, and thank you for speaking with me now here. That is Officer Brooks, who was one of the first people on the scene, as you just heard. He was there to help pull that child out of the home. Some excellent work done by the Chattanooga Police Department this morning as they were able to keep people alive. That's the best thing that we can report this morning. For now, I'm Drew Bollea, live outside the Chattanooga Police Service Center. Back to you guys.
So glad that family is okay. Thank you, Drew, and kudos to those first responders.